What's going on, everybody? Doc Bob here. We're live. We're going to be doing an in-depth guide for the Die Machine Easter egg for Call of Duty Cold War. I did this solo, so here we go. Really, all you want to be doing here is, building up points to get yourself to the power room, get power turned on, get yourself into the ether, and get your pack-a-punch going. This seemed to be the most straightforward route for me and for everybody I was playing with. Sorry for the choppy quality. Everything's still rendering. And here we are entering into the facility, or opening the front door to enter into the facility. And from here, you get two more doors you got to open up. I think it ends up being around like 7K total or something like that. This is the Die Machine itself. You're now going to turn on the power. And this last door for 2,000. And you got to click both terminals, one on each side of the machine. I think it's to make it so it stops overloading. I'm actually curious to see what would happen if you don't press those. So there's this giant portal in the middle. This is where Pack-a-Punch is going to be. It's called the Anomaly. You enter into it. It takes you to what's called the Aether Realm. And there's a couple things that I'm going to be doing here. So I'm just running all the way back to the crash landing. Underneath this floating piece of the plane, you melee this box, you get the fuse. This is going to be used for the Wonder Weapon Fire upgrade. I jump back into this tunnel, and boom, I find the part for the Pack-a-Punch. I also find some intel on the way out. And there it is, Pack-a-Punch filled. After you complete this, you get sucked back out of the Aether. This is going to be recurring. Typically, when you perform a step in the Easter egg correctly in the Aether, you just get pulled right back out. And here I just want to leave in some of the subtitles for the voice lines in case you want to read through these. This is a common thing in Easter eggs is voice lines give a lot of the hints to what you're supposed to be doing next in the Easter eggs. So this entire step, a giant caustic zombie, a toxic zombie spawns. I was calling it Brutus because it reminds me of Brutus from Mob of the Dead, but it splits into two. I think it's called the Megaton bombers, these two, and they call what I was calling the Brutus a Megaton. What you want to do is you want to kill them, but you kind of want to save a couple zombies at the end, and then right here you find this key card, an ultra gold rare drop key card. You'll get one every single time you kill the first one. From here, you want to run back into the facility, take a right into the nuke room, which is called the weapons lab. We just call it the nuke room. You want to insert that card you just find into this machine, and you get the Die remote control. So this takes you all the way back to Knockdown Toten. You're going to get this Die signal detected queue, and it's hidden in this room with the skeleton. So what you want to do is you want to turn it on. You want to lure zombies into it, and the zombies will get sucked in through the window until the device is fully charged. So it might take more than one round, and you'll get an audio cue saying that the device cooldown is imminent. So what you want to do is you want to just run around for a couple more seconds, get them to come back. After it cools down, you can do it all again. You go interact with it one more time, and the door blows off, and you get the Wonder Weapon. Or the base Wonder Weapon. There's 4 upgrades, and you'll see. So you run up to the roof of Noct. This is where you get another piece of equipment. It's the flask. You run all the way around back towards the lake. And there it is waiting for you. You go back to the roof of Noct, or the floor underneath. You give a good old suck to the air canister over there that's highlighted in gold. And then you run back down to the nuke room, the weapons lab, and you put it into this container right here. We'll complete that later. So I'm going back into the ether. And this way I'll be able to obtain the Aetherscope parts. One is in the spawn room, or the spawn area right underneath that staircase. Dogs will spawn in after you pick up parts, or maybe just the first part. One is behind the portal in the Pack-a-Punch room on the catwalk. And then the last part is on top of the plane in the crash site. I don't believe I showed it in the video, but all you have to do is go to the crafting table underneath Pack-a-Punch, and you can build it there. So we're going to be filling up the canister here. You need to bring a dog to this area and kill it right next to the canister. So you'll see the toxins from the dogs get sucked into the canister, and you'll be able to interact and pick it back up. You'll also get an audio cue that something happens, which, you know, it's always a good sign for audio cues. You run back up the stairs, back out to the crash site, and you're going to find this lockbox right outside. You put the canister on it, you melee it or shoot it, and it explodes, removing the vines. So I'm going to be trying to get the ice one now, and you need to get a Brutus zombie or a Megaton to throw acid at that fungus plant on the side of the tree. It'll turn purple, you'll get an audio cue, and then you'll be able to put the flask underneath it. You collect the flask, you bring the cryogenic liquid to the lockbox in the speed cola room, the medical bay, and boom, you get the cryo emitter upgrade for the wonder weapon. Next up is the lightning one. This is arguably the most difficult, maybe not the most difficult, but the most time consuming. You want to suck those gold crystals. You want to get the energy stored in the machine. I was running, you could take portals, but you want to shoot them into this box, and you'll see those nodes light up. One is on the roof of Nocturne Tote, and it's tough to see. One's by crash site, and one is at the lake. I was doing all of the running because my game was bugged. So if I took a teleporter, it wasn't working. So I said, screw it, I'll just run it. We'll see I don't care if it takes more time. I'll just run it. But then I took the portal this time, and it worked. And here's the Electrobolt upgrade. This is probably the best one in the game. You get the most ammo for it. I believe it does the most damage, too. So when you take the anomaly at the lake, this is the perfect opportunity to get the fire one. From what I remember, you can only do specific ones when the anomaly is in specific locations. So when the anomaly is at the lake, you take the anomaly, you go back into the lab, and then you laser cut with the fuse box over the thermoplastic. And then when you come out of the anomaly, you go back up to the lake, you jump onto the truck where the box is located, and you have the fire upgrade. Lightning upgrade can only be done when the anomaly is underneath the Pack-a-Punch. That might be it, actually. The only two location-sensitive ones. So, when the anomaly finally spawns in the medical bay, you take it. You're going to be looking for a diary upstairs behind a computer. You're going to get the Aetherscope announcement that the anomaly has been detected. You go underneath. You find a spooky, scary ghost. I'm not afraid of any particular ghost, except for the girl ghosts and Phasmophobia. and the new model ghost. But you hand Ulrich Vogel the diary and you get some exposition. Stay tuned. You got to do this 3 times. I think you can get more than one done in a single Aether round, but if you got to be quick about it. I left out the voice lines just because I'm not 100% okay with potential DMCA. So that's why I left subtitles in. But the next one is in the control room. You run up the stairs from that anomaly, right where you came from. You'll find the second ghost interaction with Dr. Vogel. You get this exposition. You go into the anomaly one more time. You'll find him at the workbench where you built the Aetherscope. I think at this point, the bad guy boss zombie spawns. Yep, Mayak right there, or Mavac. I can't remember what his name is. But he spawns. But whenever you're in one of these, like, ghost cutscenes, the zombies and the bad guys, like the bad guy Megatons, don't interact with you. So you're getting a lot of lore here, where it's explaining basically the origin of Call of Duty Zombies. This is essentially the prequel, or the information prequel to everything that ever came. You go back to the medical bay, you interact with the computer, you get the AHV password input, and then you get notified that the machine is now turning on, but the power was interrupted. And the way to put power into it is you need to use the Wonder Weapon upgrades on each individual corner. There will be corresponding colors to each. Blue is for ice, obviously. God, I think it's like ugly crap green. Yeah, for acid. Red is fire. That one, makes sense. Or yellow is for lightning. That one makes sense. Red is for fire. That makes sense. And power restored. But we're not there yet. It is now missing the decontamination agent. So we got to find it. How are we going to find it? We got to go back into the Aether. We got to talk to some more ghosts. Enter into the anomaly one more time. Go back into the medical bay. Don't mind me just running around this way. I'm trying to pull zombies away from everything just because I'm running it solo. You'll get anomaly detected, but it's going to be right above you. And then you see 2 soldiers stealing the decontamination agent. So, as you can see, written in, I don't even want to know what type of bodily fluid that is in the ground. It says stolen. Well, when you get out of the Aether, it's not there. Where could it be? If you do a little investigative work around the map, you'll find it at the crash site. But it kind of makes sense, seeing as though these two soldiers wanted to try to escape as they were trying to escape with their stolen decon agent. Their plane crashed. It got stuck in a tree. And there it is. These two, I don't believe, survived to make it, seeing as though they're ghosts now, but you pick up the wrench in that area, and you'll see it's pretty cool what we get to do next with it. So I stop at a workbench because you want to build either a Semtex, ideally a Semtex, but or a frag grenade if you can't, if you're not high enough level, which currently I was not. So I'm doubling back just to show you where this decontamination agent is, and it's right there stuck in the tree by the plane crash. So you go back to the spawn area in the yard, build yourself either a frag or a Semtex. Semtex is a lot easier. Go up to the tank, you melee it a couple of times, or you press E on it to melee it with a wrench a couple of times. I wish there was a cool animation for that, but there isn't. On the third one, you'll see what happens. This little guy pops out. Kill him. Run the zombies away so you don't kill all of them. Granted, I'm round 22 at this point. I go pretty deep in this solo. Cook the frag grenade, or just throw a Semtex at it. A lot easier with the Semtex. Boom. It fires. It hits the tree. Knocks the orb out. So this part can get a little hectic because the second you pick it up, dogs start spawning in and start chasing you, and you have to run it all the way back to the decontamination area in the medical bay. So don't be like me. You can actually get it into the slot before the dogs catch up to you. I forgot that you had to put it there, so I just turned around, killed all the dogs, did it afterwards. My last zombie died because of it, but I think I got out of there pretty quick. I went back to check the computer. Didn't get anything out of it. They're looking for a subject to test inside of it. I think the voice line comes up where they're asking about nuclear fission. Nuclear fission is the splitting of an atom, and the only subject in this map that splits into two is the Megaton, which splits into two Megaton bombers. Yes, I do have a master's degree in physics. I wish all the other Easter egg hunters couldn't figure this out, so I could have used my degree a little bit better. But yeah, you get the fission, the splitting of the Megaton into the two Megaton bombers. Just run them around a little bit until they get underneath the canister, and they should get sucked in. Interact with the computer one more time. It ends the round. Nuclear fission goes into nuclear fusion. The Megaton bombers are fused back together. You'll see what comes out at the end. It's another Megaton, but it's now Dr. Orlov. Or just Orlov. I've experienced this a couple of times in-game. Maybe it's just because the game is so new, but I've had pretty significant frame drops every time I've done this, especially when streaming, so I apologize for that. But here's the exposition that the newly formed Orlov puts forward. So as he's breaking out, you want to get to the door on the right because things are going to get pretty chaotic pretty fast. A ton of dogs are going to spawn in, but you want to just get out of there as soon as possible. Get out into an open area, turn around, take care of the dogs, play it out like it's a new round, essentially. Save a couple of zombies at the end and go from there. So here's some more hints as to what you need to be doing with Orlov to get him to come destroy the machine. You need to find something so he can remember his past. Go into the anomaly at Nocturne and Toten. You want to go back to the starting room, or to the closest room to the yard that we entered into first. And then on a desk in the back corner, you're going to get anomaly detected. You'll get another short little ghost cutscene where you find out Orlov wants nothing to do with this. He doesn't want to start the entire die machine. He doesn't want to unleash zombies onto the world, but he doesn't have much say in it. So he's feeling regret, and be aware right after this, the moment you pick up the family photo after this cutscene, you get thrown into the boss fight. So you could go up to this step. If you don't think you're ready for... It's not really a boss fight. It's more like a wave survival thing, a timed wave survival. If you don't think you're ready for it, do this cutscene, spend some time maybe hitting the box, trying to get a ray gun, maybe try to get a second wonder weapon, pack a punch 3 times. That's what I did in this game. But yeah, if you don't feel ready, you don't have to pick up the family photo, because once you do, you go straight into the end game here. Pick up the Orlov family photo. It teleports you back into the Aether, where Orlov wants to destroy the machine. Or you're not in the Aether, but you're back in the Pack-a-Punch room. Always keep note that armor is still available here. This does get absolutely crazy. But here's Orlov, basically full redemption arc, apologizing for what he's done, trying to redeem himself, trying to make things better. What you want to do here is you have to protect him after this for 3 basically time-based waves. The goal is to stay alive as long as possible. It seems to me like Orlov is invincible. He says to protect him. You really don't have to protect him. You need to just stay alive yourself, and then every once in a while clear zombies off of him so he can progress further. So the longer he doesn't have zombies on him, the more time he can put into destroying parts of the machine, and it's basically a progressive system from there. Keep zombies off him for X amount of time. You go into the next wave. Stay alive, survive, do the same thing. Keep zombies off him for X amount of time. Stay alive, survive. You'll go into wave 3, do the same thing, and then you're out. But here it is. Here's footage of the last fight. I can let you enjoy this. I'll shut the fuck up for a little bit. One thing I do want to point out here that I totally forgot when I was finishing this up was, so remember that there's always armor available, but you need the components for it. But also, if you run out of ammo, which I did for my Wonder Weapon, there is an ammo box underneath on the bottom floor. So, you know, normally when you're killing the big guys, you're getting ammo refills, but for a while, I wasn't after I got downed. So if you have the money for it and you need the ammo, there's still an ammo box underneath. But this is me just going through, clearing once, and then running back around to get some time in on him. Yeah, maybe going in with like a good amount of money in case you need to refill 1 or 2 times is really useful, so you don't have to waste time like this. But this is why you should be going in with a Wonder Weapon and a triple Pack-a-Punched weapon. I say the Gallo because it's probably the strongest gun, in my opinion. But, yeah, triple Pack-a-Punched, Wonder Weapon, full armor, go in with some extra cash in case you need to buy more ammo. So you'll get the white screen. It's basically the announcement that you got it done. All the zombies get cleared. Orlov tells you need to get out. He's trying to fix his problem that he helped create. You need to get out and save yourself. So what you want to do is you want to go towards the nuke room, the lab area, this gateway right here. And there's going to be lightning bolts that land on the ground. You'll see them right there. Don't touch them, because if you touch them for more than more than a second, I think you get downed. I always run through, I drop underneath, run up the staircase, run up this staircase to avoid as much of the lightning as possible. And what you need to do is get to the lake. So I ran it again. There's another weapon ammo box underneath the plane that you can grab in case you need more ammo. But once you get to the lake or the pond, you just need to exfil. I ran into a small bug here that I thought I died, but I actually got away. The helicopter landed on top of me and I couldn't move, but as I was going down, I was spamming E and I still got on top of it. So that is the guide to the Die Machine Easter egg. I've been Dr. Bob. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and there's going to be more zombies content coming forward in the future. We missed the world first. We probably were in the top first 10 squads to get it done, but yeah, it's tough when you get huge names going up against you. So stay tuned. Catch us at twitch.tv/WickedGaming. We're going to be streaming COD. I'll be streaming zombies a lot still. I've been having a blast with it, and I can't wait to see what they do for the post-launch content. So thank you.